So, good day my fabulous friends, or my crafty chums as I normally call you. Today we will be trying a swing easel card, and a swing easel card is a card that looks like that basically. It's called a swing because it does swing. You can't really see it from up there, but that's what it does. It from the flat there it swings up and goes like that. So that's like a side view. I've only just glued it together so it hasn't quite dried yet, and from the top there, and folds almost flat. Hasn't got too much of a profile, but yeah, quite fun to make. And let's go for it, shall we? What you'll need, I've marked out this sheet here to make it easier for you to see, and it's 10 inches long and 5 inches wide, so it's 10 inches long folded in half, will be a 5-inch square card. And so 10-inch long, score line there folded in half, and you have on this bit here you also have the score lines at 7 1/8, 7 1/2 and 7 7/8, or if you do it on the small side it's 2 1/8, 2 1/2 and 2 7/8, and so the border around it is 3/4 of an inch all the way around, so 3/4 of an inch on all sides. And the cut lines are you cut here, here and here, then from the halfway mark there, there and there. So from this score line to that score line you make a cut, and then from the centre score line there you make this cut here, and that will become, so if you have a look at it here, you cut out from this score line, from this score line to that score line is cut round, and then from the centre score line you cut round as well. It will make sense as we go along if that wasn't clear enough. But so yeah, so this is the sheet that I made, that, sorry, I'll put it that way around, the sheet that I practiced on when I decided what size I was going to make it and that. So so from that I went to that. Okay, it's still a bit damp, so I glued it. I probably won't glue this next one, I'll probably use tape instead. So what we're going to have to start with is a 10 by 5 piece of cardstock, so that's what we're going to go for first. 10 by 5. So I'll cut the 5. And then the 10. Of course you can't really see it on here because there's just not quite enough room. Not quite enough room. I'll be using my little score pal for this one. So I'll be going for where I told you of if you have the larger board from that side. So after I score it in half at the 5 inches, then I'll be using these smaller scoring measurements. I'll put them just there. Put them just there in front of me, and then maybe it will become easier to see. Of course, my husband's walking about on the deck. We're getting ready to sail in a couple of days, so he's preparing the deck and things, and so I'm desperately trying to get some more crafting done before I have to pack everything away. So 10 inches long, and halfway, of course, at 10 inches is 5. So we'll score at 5 like that. What I'm going to do is I am actually going to mark the 3/4 of an inches around this square first, because it will help me when I make the next score lines. because they are fabulous. Sure, as I say, this will help me when I just do this next lot of score marks here, so that's just why I've taken the time to do that. If we're wobbling a little bit, it's because my husband's walking about on the deck. So I apologise. So this is, so my first score mark is going to be, I'm actually going to do the halfway, which is 2.5. And this is the reason why I put pencil marks in, so I could see where I was going to score to. And 2 1/8, so 2 1/8, and 2 7/8, which I don't have marked there. So if I move this one over to there, it's 2 1/8. 2 1/8, so that's the big one, that's the 1/8. 2 7/8. If I move it over 1, so if I move it, I'm just going to check this because I don't have the 7/8 there. So if I move it over 1, then I think that works, doesn't it? Does it or doesn't it? I think it does, you know. So 2 1/8, 2.5 and 2 7/8. Those are the three score lines I've got there. And so they're going to be a mountain and valley fold like that. Next bit is it's a little bit dodgy because my husband's walking about on the deck, but we hope we'll get it right. I'm just going, normally I don't, I like to keep my work surface, you know, clean and that when I'm working on cards. It's got a little bit dirty, but I'm hoping it's going to be okay. And we are going to, normally you'd have a nice steel ruler to do this. Don't have one at the moment, so I can't use it, and I'm going to cut. If you remember, I said if I do it, how I want you to do it is from this top score line here. Just go around. To leave your 3/4 of an inch border to the next top score line. So we've gone from this score line, you probably can't see it, I might just mark it a little bit for you to see. We've got this score line, we've got that score line and this score line. So there, there and there. Hoping you can see that. So we've gone around. What this will do is leave the card still attached. And then from the middle score line down, trying to get it as straight as I can. As I say, it's a little bit difficult with things moving about on the boat, but you know, these things are sent to try us, and it is wobbly. That one has gone off track slightly. And then up to the middle score line there. That's where we're going up to. To the middle score line. just want a little bit further, I think. Right, so what we didn't do is, if you think of this as the top part of the card, is we didn't cut any of this between the top score line and the middle score line. Between the top score and the middle score line, we did not cut that. That helps it to stay attached to the card. So, as so. So what you go is a mountain and valley fold, mounting the sides like this. And then that gives you the card that looks like that. That's now your swing card. And what's left then is to decorate it in style of your choice. I'm going to be using this wonderful paper pad again. I'm really working my way through this one. Really enjoying it too. So yeah, so I'm going to probably, I don't know whether you want to give you measurements, but it's really it's a 5x5 square card now, so what you're going to do is work with that. Choose your papers to your best advantage. This is quite nice, I might do this one. So for the base, it's 5 3/4, so I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch smaller. Just thinking of which part of the card I want to do it, actually. Which part, you know, I want to cut out to put inside the card. So we know that these are 3/4 inches wide, and this centerpiece should be 3.5 by 3.5. So we'll just check that. Always check before you cut to make sure that you've got what you think you got. So it's just a little bit out, of course, because I'm on a wibbly wobbly boat. And that's just under 3.5, and that's just a little bit smaller than that. So I am going to cut the middle mat 3.5 by 3.5. But obviously not out of that. Oh, I could do 3.25 by 3.25. See if that fits. Because it'd be a shame to 3.25 by 3.25. That should fit, because it's, as I say, it was a little bit under, because not being able to quite come up with yeah, a stable background to to make the cuts on, so that's good. So I can go just a little squidgy under there. The bait is, I don't know whether you can see, the bait is moving. It's being a little bit uncooperative for me today. Never mind. These things are sent to try us, are they not? So I'm just going to add another butterfly. I'm just going to put a little glue dot on him if I can without ripping him, which I can't. Yeah, darn. Have to be glue then. I didn't want to put any more wet glue on there because it just takes a long time for it to dry, especially in this damp atmosphere. Usually because I suppose I put too much on there. But anyway, I'm going to put a nice little coloured one on here that's the same as what's going around the outside, and there's that there. Of course I could always put glossy accents on the clock faces, which I could do, and I'm not going to, and I thought I'd put another little butterfly just here, just with some little pearls on him. See if I can get it central there. Just trying to pick out ones that will just come down in size as it goes down the body. So we can make them smaller, smaller, smaller. There we go. And then we'll just stick that one on there just to finish off. Don't know why, just want to. So there we go. And I'll call that one done, and as I say, it'll be a little bit better once it's dried off with the glue. So there's that one there, and there's that one there. Hope you like today's make. And these are swing easel cards, like that and like that, and hope you like them, and because they're a little bit different, aren't they, and they just fold down flat like that for posting. So yeah, hope to see you again soon, and don't forget it's the Cat's Life. Bye.